Hello, wherever you are on this helpful planet we call Earth. I hope you are having a delightful day, evening, or night, wherever you happen to be located. Welcome to my channel. As you see, my package that I'm using is Blender, one of the premier 3D packages, I must say. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to make a box. And while I'm doing that, I might as well discuss the multiply now. Because you know, a lot of times, when I watch many videos like you all, they throw the node there, they don't explain what the node does. But I'm going to explain how the multiply node operates. Then I'm going to make the box, then I'm going to show you how it operates. So here we go. Click that. I like to use planes for now. A plane. Let's go to the shading. Here we go. For the nodes, we have our cohorts of characters. You know the common texture XYZ. I like to use the mapping node so I can manipulate my vectors. Yeah, my vectors, because it's a vector. I manipulate my vectors while they're on that screen. The common separate XYZ. And to make the box, I'm using these two compare nodes, and I have a video explaining the compare node. So I'm not going to get into the details of that. Then I have a multiply XYZ. I have a multiply node that I get into. So first, let's look at the compare node. Oh well, I'm just gonna make sure I'm gonna make everything work first. Muted. There it is, the box. All you have to do is use here's the heart of it right here. Here's the heart of it. Two compare nodes and multiply nodes. And there you got your box. You know you're always going to have separate XYZ, but that's it. That's the heart of it. Now I'm going to explain for the new people out there how the multiply node works. So now let's make sure I like to have I can turn my mapping on. And the reason why I love mapping is because I can move it around. Oh, everything to 0. I love mapping. See, I can do this. Oops, I overdid it. See, that's why I love the mapping for. That's why I love my mapping. Move stuff around. Oh, that stretch it out though. Oh, because it is on scale. So hey, that's on scale. So that's why. That's why I stretch it out. But then I can just move it over. So. But now we got an idea how to make a box. Two compare nodes, multiply nodes, zap. That's it. So let me set everything back to the way it was. 0. Straight down. 0. It was 1 here. And that's it. Now, let's get into the heart of it to explain for the newbies out there how in the world does the multiply node work. That's what I'm going to try to do, people explain how the nodes work, not just throw them up there. So, first I'm going to do the compare X. See my X? I'm going to show you how that look by itself. There. So, we see all over here is black. This whole section is black. And realistically, in this section, all black. And you know when it's black, the integer or the whole number is always 0. And you know it got some decimal values here. Decimal slot, decimal slot, decimal slot. But the main thing is here. When it got the decimals, it turns gray. That's what the decimal's going to give you. The color gray. Now if I multiply gray times gray, I get black. That's how we do it. Remember, gray times gray is black. Remember that, people. Alright, so I handle that. So I can take this, put it back in this socket. Now let me do the Y. Grab the Y. Put it up here. And we see the Y is going horizontal. So Y is horizontal. But you see the black areas. We see the black areas. Here's white. And you know it's a 0 here. And some decimal values. And you know the decimal values I said earlier, it makes it gray. So we got that out the way. Now I can explain how the multiply node works. Yeah. Okay, here. Let's just get into it now. I'm going to explain you why that area was black for the box. Oh, let me hook up the box. The reason it's black, because you remember, one area, I think for the Y, it was 0 point something times A. And you all know from math, when we have that 0 right here, anything times 0 going to give you 0 or a decimal number. But when you multiply, the decimal becomes smaller. Like if I multiply 5/10 times 5/10, that gives me 0.25. So it's getting more darker in blended terminology. That's why it's black. I'll come up here. Remember, it was a line up here for X. Yeah, I think it was white for X. But for white, it was black. So again, it was 0, some decimal number, times B. And if I multiply the time of decimal, it gets smaller and smaller. So that's why it was black. So the multiply nodes, wherever it was black at in the beginning, and it was black, the new output going to be 0. Remember, for both of them, for X and Y, this middle part was white or 1. So 1 times 1 is 1, and that's why it stayed white. So now, people, I hope I helped to give you a little bit of insight into how the multiply nodes work. If I'm multiplying times 0 point something something times a number, it's going to come out 0, point something something, but close to black. Thank you for stopping by. As I said to the new people, like you see, people, I don't give up. I keep pushing forward. You keep pushing forward. I keep thinking. Till the next time in the family, 3D family, peace.